My name is Matthew Clark, and welcome to my organizational case study on Metro Incorporated. We're going to start at a Metro store in Kingston's West End that was converted from an A&P after the 2005 acquisition. Metro's food business primarily operates under Super C Food Basics and the eponymous Metro here, but they also have a number of sub-brands known as Premier Mousson, Adonis, Marché Richelieu, Marché Ami, and Marché Extra, as well as a pharmacy business branded under the names Brunet and Clinique, as well as Food Basics Pharmacy and Metro Pharmacy. Metro's corporate social responsibility plan is fairly specific. It runs right off of 4 pillars: respect for the environment, delighted consumers, strengthened communities, and empowered employees. In particular, the respect for the environment is formed around trying to reduce emissions produced from stores by around 5 to 10%. Secondly, delighted customers. They're bringing out a LifeSmart line of products that they've really been promoting. Strength in communities is highlighted around a core program of bringing local produce and farm content to stores in Ontario. Lastly, actually empowering employees, which is trying to promote from within and ensure that most of their internal management have worked at Metro-owned stores. Let's take a closer look at how Metro strengthens Ontario communities by connecting farmers with local Metro stores.
Marco, thank you so much for having me at Freeman Herbs. I'm so excited to learn about all your different varieties here and to actually see where all the local fresh produce from Metro comes from. Well, let's look over here.
Yes, this is chives. One of our biggest produce is basil.
Yes, that's where we are right now.
That's where we are.
The incredible thing is it actually looks as beautiful here as it looks in our Metro.
The best way to smell it, if you brush your hands on top of it and you smell your hand, you can really smell how intense this basil is.
Oh, it smells so wonderful.
Yes, you can. It's organic. There is no chemicals used on it, so you can just go ahead.
Can I just pick?
Yes,
okay.
We grow 15 different organic herbs the year round, and then we send them directly to Met, and you get as fresh as it can be.
Oh my gosh, like an hour away outside of the city. Unbelievable.
It's a beautiful day out, so let's head on over to Metro's discount chain in Kingston, Food Basics. This here at the Food Basics in Kingston, located in local Frontenac Mall Plaza. Most of the Metro-owned stores are in some form of local plaza development. The Food Basics is a little more run down than the Metro is. You'll notice some faded signage, grass coming up through the parking lot. Just a very different feel, honestly, than a lot of the Metro locations, which have been more recently updated. The reason Metro has all these different brands is to offer more of a total value proposition to the customer. So the way they do this is not just by offering the Metro and the Food Basics brand, but also the Super C brand in Quebec, which is again for the discount shopper. They also offer private label brands such as Irresistibles and Selections. Irresistibles and Selections are meant to combat the national brands. You have the Selections products are for those customers looking for a discount, and the Irresistibles are offering a bit of a better ingredient profile. Food Basics primarily competes with No Frills and Freshco. No Frills owned by market leader Loblaws, and Freshco owned by the number 2 Sobeys. Food Basics is a little more run down than the other two in Ontario. You can kind of see that kind of looking at the store. A number of the discounts that you receive from Food Basics are really funded by some cuts in the business. You have to bag your own groceries at the Food Basics. You have to pay for your carts. And also you'll notice that the location of the Food Basics, if you look around, is a little more rural than the Metro locations, which are generally in downtown locations. I have 5 strategic recommendations for Metro's business. Number 1, to divest the non-core assets. In particular, the neighborhood and convenience store business operated under the Marché Richelieu, Marché Ami, and Marché Extra brands. And to secondly, then use that money to invest in their core business, which is the Metro supermarket stores, and to modernize those stores with, in particular, updates for the aesthetic and for automated checkout services like they have at the Loblaws supermarkets. Thirdly, rolling out online grocery shopping and store pickup at the Metro Food Basics locations in Ontario. At Loblaws, they already offer that, and currently Metro is further behind in that process. Fourth, rolling out a proprietary loyalty program, very similar to President's Choice's PC Points, Shoppers Drug Mart's Optimum Point program, or the Metro A Moi program that's actually already in operation in Quebec. And lastly, to intensify the expansion of discount stores like Food Basics to better compete with No Frills and Freshco in Ontario. That's clearly the main growing market within the grocery industry is discount stores. And if they don't intensify their rollout of Food Basics in Ontario, they're not only going to fall well behind No Frills and Freshco, but also potentially behind foreign leaders such as Aldi out of Germany.
To address the fact that many of its stores have become run down, Metro is currently engaged in a $350 million annual capital investment strategy in order to renovate many of its stores, like the one pictured here in Kingston. Let's look at the Boston Consulting Group growth share matrix for the company. The first thing you've probably noticed is a large number of question marks. The Marché Extra, Marché Ami, and Marché Richelieu neighborhood or convenience store brands for the company are all located as question marks, as is the pharmacy business, Metro, Drug Basics, Brunet, and Clinique, and the bakery business, Premier Mousson. The dogs of the company are Food Basics, Super C, and Adonis, and there's only one cash cow, Metro Stores. Notice the lack of stars for Metro. To close out this presentation, we're going to look at 5 of Metro's key financial indicators. Between 2012 and 2016, Metro's performance has been particularly strong according to these indicators. Revenue increased from $11.6 billion to $12.7 billion, net income from $482 million to $572, diluted earnings per share from $1.61 to $2.39, dividends per share from 28 cents to 54, and price per share from $21 to $40. Over the last 10-year period, the share price performance for Metro has been particularly strong, between 2007 and 2017, increasing from $11 to $43. Loblaws, their largest rival, has only seen its shares increase from $47 to $68. Thanks for watching the presentation. I hope you enjoyed.